Selamat pagi semuanya.
Pagi.
It's okay. Terutama kepada anggota Asosiasi Indonesia dan Presiden Sugianto.
Give this applause. Speak bahasa.
Nama saya Fernando Kok, Ketua Macau Radiology Technology Association. Pertama-tama atas nama MRTA. Saya ingin menunjukkan terima kasih yang sebesar-besarnya kerana telah mengundang saya dan anggota MRTA bergabung dalam konferensi di Bali. Adalah suatu kehormatan bagi saya bisa hadir di sini dengan topik. Thank you. Okay. Today I will talk about the Macau Radiology Technology profession. So inside you have about the academic and about the professional group. This has two, development of the radiology technologies, and about my society, and then the conclusion. Okay, before start, I will say about the Macau. Macau is a specialization of the China. Former Portuguese colony from the 1036, transferred back to Macau, China on 1999. Population is around 650,000. Small cities around 30 kilometers square. Official language is Chinese and Portuguese. So I can speak well Portuguese, but English is not too much good. The Macau North economy support most from the tourism and the family. Okay, Macau have three major hospitals. The one is my hospital is the public, and the other two is the private. So the hospital bed is around 1,300. So it's maybe not much enough for the 650,000 people to use. They now start to build another new hospital, another public hospital, maybe more, wait more, 3 to 5 years. So Macau also have a medical council founded from the 2013. We are also inviting inside the council. Academic background from Macau. Nowadays, Macau don't have more trainings for the radiographers. We have a training before the 1985. That's my time. This time is the Portuguese colony state. The system on the training is just only on the diagnostic. The 1991, Macau have the last one on the Macau Polytechnic Institute. So nowadays, the radiographers of the Macau mostly is training for the overseas. More than 90% from the Taiwan. Why go to Taiwan? Because the language is the same in the Chinese, but have some from the Australia or the UK. So Macau will have some problem. I will talk about the license. So you know the academic training program in the Taiwan or in the British colony is a little bit different. A little bit different. And how to get a license with a different training, right? This is a little. This is the stuff. How to qualify? Because some from the academic training from the Taiwan system, some from the British system, and how to get a license. Right? It is a point to solve the problem for the licensing to Macau. So we have a suggestion to the government how to do that. Before I call academic, let's look at first my hospital. Because my hospital is a public hospital. So everything will be follow the public hospital system. In 1990, it's 2010, we will change the system. To entry the minimum requirements for radiographer of my hospital, that means the public hospital, you must have the bachelor's degree and 1 year English. Why we do this 1 year English? So I will explain. So this is the 90. Macau license have a long time, more than and the 90. Many document review just only. Before, still because not yet the new law start. I think it will be started next year. So we will use the old system, just only the main document review. This is not from 1990, just because before. The 1985. On that time, just only documentation review and only internship. Still now use. Okay. So that just only the pathway become a technology in Macau. Documentation review 4 years, bachelor degree, the new one system. Then knowledge exam, about 1 year internship, and the qualification exam. This is the new. I think it will be start on the next year, because now it's the legislation. So you see that if you from academic training from Taiwan, what license you will get? You get the license and you can do the diagnostic, nuclear medicine and radiation therapy, or just only. But if the British colonies, like the Hong Kong training, they have separate, every separate. If they from the diagnostic, he can do the nuclear medicine. So Macau will have a separate license. Like the from Australia, they are the diagnostic. So he just only get the diagnostic license. So this 1 year internship, he will change in the diagnostic. If from the Taiwan, we want to do the radiation therapy, we need to do the 1 year internship in the radiation therapy, and after exam the pass, you can get the license. And this radiographer can get the second license, but he needs to back to the internship 1 year again, and then pass it. I think Taiwan just only 1 license, they can do everything. But Macau is different. So need to step by step. So mostly not easy to get 2 licenses. 1 year, still you have finished academic training. Because this is just only experience was shared for us for my hospital. My hospital have radiographers, academic training from Taiwan, from Australia. We look have some problems on there. They cannot work well when you come the first day. We need to give some training. So about this problem, we will, in the new law, in the 2010, when we change the hospital system, we will add 1 year for internship for all the radiographers to enter my hospital, the public hospital. This is just only in the public hospital, not in the private hospital. So the new legislation, we will add the 1 year internship for all the radiographers of Macau, including the private. Sorry. So you see the new registration license framework, the software. The full registration for 3 years. Practice without supervision. Limit and restriction registration, just the foreign workers. Maybe have somebody from Indonesia, from Macau. Okay. They need to practice without supervision, but in a restricted area. Another is the new graduates. New graduates must be practiced under supervision of global supervisors. So it's different. Transitions, like me, so no need to do the internship. Just direct to transit. It's easy. When you want to renew the license, also we need to have a minimum requirement 30 hours. Like for the CBD activities, every 3 year cycle. But maybe this will be adjusted, or maybe 24, 35 minutes. My society or my association, the one that approval CBD program provided in Macau, under supervision of Macau Health Group. So we do a lot of CBD every week. Okay, now we talk about my society, my association, sport donation. The license. Okay. We have a annual scientific lab. All the delegates of the articles know that a welcome call comes every year. The last scientific meeting just finished in September, 8th. This is annual scientific meeting just together. This is the new one. This here. Okay. So academic activities organized by the MLK program, they do a lot. They have a rotation. Mostly they do that every 3 months, 4 months, or 4 times per year. You rotate the nuclear medicine, radiography diagnostic, conventional, MRI, CT like that. Now still is free, but maybe I will be charged later because they need to the credits. But I think for the members, this academic activity organization. Last year we were invited from Thailand and went to Salah to support. We also invited for Udapong. I think a lot delegates go to Udapong. This program talks about the IT program. We have another DVD on the next month. Also invite and then from side to visit Salala. We will be invited to Tibet to talk about the nuclear medicine and some speakers from Hong Kong. So this is the most important activity program for my society every year. I have to know it. Okay. Conclusion, you don't understand it. Macau now. So I just talk about the academic program with the license program. Because Macau, these are all systems. Macau now don't have more academic training. So the radiographer need to train the overseas. But overseas, all the world have a different system of education. So this license, I think, can solve the problem of the Macau from the radiographer training in a different system. So both use the internship 1 year for training. Why need the internship? The internship is most important. They need to get more clinical experience before you start. It's just only more safety for the patient. Because internship for training just only for the practice. To get more knowledge about the clinical practice. Okay? Indonesian again. Hari ini saya sangat gembira berbicara di kampung halaman ayah saya. Terima kasih. Thank you. I hope President Subianto, how about my Indonesian? Is okay? I speak Indonesian, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kop. Yeah. What's your hometown? Thank you. And the next presentation is delivered by the President of Taiwan Society of Radiological Technologies, Mr. Chen Ka-Chang.
Yes, so sorry, everybody, morning. I'm from Taiwan. I'm from Taiwan. Let's speak about Taiwan radiological technology education and the license system. Taiwan education system and the training system is so very early. It's from World War II. Before World War II, we only the training system in Taiwan. So that time in Taiwan, the radiological training system. Manpower only have hospital training class and teacher appearance test. So that time, from 1954 to 1970, in Taiwan, hospital training system, only 2 hospitals. From 1954 to 1970 is the National Taiwan University Hospital, and second is the Taipei Medical General Hospital. From 1959 to 1970. The Taiwan formal education began to 1965 in the Yuanpei Medical College. Now it's reformed to university to 2005. Now, in Taiwan, we have 10 university or junior college in the education system. So we can find in 1965 to 1989, only a junior college is from junior high school, graduate study 5 years. So that time have Zhongtai and the Yuanpei. And in Taiwan, we started university education is from 1990, National Yangming University. In current status, we have 10 education university, including so we can see we now have one junior college. Offer the diploma is from junior high school, 35 years, and other 9 universities offer the bachelor, master, PhD degree. So we can see in Taiwan. In the North Taiwan, Middle Taiwan, and South Taiwan have 9, and the East Taiwan has 1. So in the Taiwan education system, we offer about 100 in the junior college and 550 in the bachelor degree, and every year we offer 40 to 60 master degree. Every year we more than 10 PhD degree. So now we're talking about licensing system in Taiwan. In Taiwan, medical radiation technician examination rule is issued by the Ministry in the examination in 1974. This is the first medical radiation technician profession examination, but it's only from the hospital training class technician. In that time, we have training class and teacher appearance only 9 1977 to 1995. And in 1977 to 1995, we have divided to three categories. One is the diagnosis, and two is the radiotherapy, and three is isotope with the toxical diagnosis. In 2000, after 2000, we changed to the medical radiation diagnosis law, so we only license. But this license only graduates from the education system can take this information. Every year we pass ratio about 25 to 33 per person every year. So from 1945 to now, in Taiwan, we have a medical radiation technician about more than 500, and medical radiation technologists about more than 10,000. And when you get a license, you must maintain your license. So you in Taiwan, after license getting, you must be maintain your license. So you must continue education. In 2000 to 2012, every 4 years you have to 100 credits. So and then you can continue your license. But 2013, we change. Every 6 years you have to continue your education for 128 credits. Then you can continue your license. Okay, so about always in Taiwan education system and the license system. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chen Fashan. I'm sorry, apologize us about the audiovisual problem. And the next is from President of Malaysian Society of Radiographers, Mr. Muhammad Faisal Abdullah. Yes. You have 10 minutes for presentation.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera kepada semua. Selamat berjumpa kembali untuk yang saya kenal dan selamat perkenalan untuk yang saya belum kenal. Saya Muhammad Faisal Abdullah daripada Malaysia dan untuk pagi ini saya akan tentang radiography system, licensing system in Malaysia. But we haven't had any licensing system in Malaysia as yet. So we are going to implement this in a few months' time, and this is what we have done. And we have done the homework, and we have done it since 2006. And before that, we have been doing it for quite some time. So it has come to be passed in Parliament in 2016, and we are going to implement it sometime this year or next year, because we have a change in what called regime. So there has to be some what called delay in the implementation. So okay, how it all began? Okay, we are here because of this, this phenomenon, and when this phenomenon occurs, something has to be done to control, to protect, and also to preserve, and also to legislate what is going to happen in the country or in the profession. So my talk will be about the Allied Health Profession Act 2006, and what it's all about the act, So this act was cited in the Allied Health Profession Act as gazetted on the 18th of February 2006. And why do we need this? Yes, why do we need this? Because you have all here to establish Malaysian Allied Health Professional Council and to register persons practicing as allied health practitioners, and to regulate their practice of allied health professions. Thank you. So, who are we? We have in the Allied Health Profession Act, we have 23 professions. So all lumped together for the outside of the Medical Act, outside of the Pharmaceutics Act, outside of the Physiotherapist Act, we are here. But no, physiotherapist is also included here. So we have ahli terapi radiasi, that is the radiation therapist, and also juru radiography therapist. So when are we going to expect this? End of 2008 or 2019? 2018 or 2019? And where? In all facilities in Malaysia. In all facilities in Malaysia, we're going to implement it. And the Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct. We have this. We have sit down. We have looked through all the others. Sometimes we have copy. We ciplak, kita ambil daripada mana-mana, kita cuba kumpulkan, dan we try to make it as Malaysian as possible. Alright? And Code of Ethics and Code of Professional Conduct. This is to, as I say, any legislation is to protect the patient, to protect the profession, and to protect the practitioner. So this is what it's all about. So all these are in there, and we have done the documents, we have done the paperwork. The only thing is for us to enforce. For us to enforce. So we are going to appoint councils. We are going to appoint people. We are going to have a council to look into all this, to be the enforcer. And one of us here from Malaysia will be one of the council, upcoming council. I will be retiring. I have done my work. I have done my effort. So I will pass it down to all the younger generations. So, disciplinary proceedings, when you enforce, you have to discipline. If there are any discrepancies, or if there are any wrongdoings, if there are any misgivings, appropriation of professional conduct. So enforcement will be given proceedings, and then we have a disciplinary council over the registered practitioner. So as I said just now, one of us will be going to be the enforcer here. So we have done away with radiographer's assistant. There is no more radiographer's assistant, and also all our radiographers or radiation therapists will be requested to upgrade to at least a bachelor degree. For those who don't want to upgrade, then they will have to be stuck in one place. They are not going to move up above the profession to become professionals, but they will become assistants. So they will be there until. So that's why we have the grandfather's clause in our regulation. So implication after enforcement of the act: any person who is not registered and practiced as a registered practitioner commits an offence. On conviction, to be liable to a fine of not exceeding 50,000 Malaysian ringgit. And imprisonment, 2 years imprisonment or both. So employ any person who is not registered practitioner commits an offence, shall be considered. So those are all being documented and are going to be enforced. So now we are already going into all the establishments that are employing radiographers to be sure, to make sure that all those who are being employed are radiographers. We don't want them to start with people who doesn't have any qualification as a radiographer at all. Yeah? So all these are being documented and will be implemented if found to be in contravention of whatever acts that is available here. Yeah? So we want to keep the profession pure. We want to keep the profession as clean as possible. And we want the patient to have the courage and also to have the respect for the profession. Yeah? Okay. So I want it to be fast because these are all available online. You can look up on Allied Health Professional Act 774 and it will come out and you can read it. So I just want to introduce here that we have it online, and those employers who want to employ radiographers in Malaysia must follow this Allied Health Professional Act. Yeah? So summary, to register and regulate allied health professionals, ensure that there is the right person for the right job. And also for the Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct, we know that we have to have that kind of thing in us, our code of practice, our integrity, our pride in the profession. Yeah? So these are the things that we have to have in documented. Yeah? So for the requirement to practice simulation practitioner, we have the annual practicing certificate, and I think everybody have their own version of the APC and their requirements. Yeah. So these are the things that we have summarized and are going to implement. Yeah. And we have the temporary practicing certificate sometimes because we are visiting lecturers, we are visiting salesmen who consider themselves as radiographers. So we are going to give them temporary practicing certificates. Yeah? Say for example, Tan Jackie wants to do a lecture in Malaysia. So he will come to me and say, Mr. Faisal, can I have a temporary practicing certificate? I say, okay, yeah, I know you. And I know your credentials, so you are able to do it, right? So you have to have this. Yeah? We don't want any Tom, Dick and Harry or any Ahmad, Abu and Kiam Sai to come and do their shit here in Malaysia. Yeah? Okay, so requirement for practicing certificate renewal, we have very low, 20 CPD points, which means about, not to say about, that one will be in 3 years, I think, in the year of application. I think we have a 3 years time, right? Yeah. So renewal fee, that one has to be, it was quite a contention lately, because somebody said that it's quite expensive, but I say no, for you to be able to practice here, you have to be good, you have to be able to renew your license by application of what called the CPD points. Just pay a small fee to be able to continue. Yeah, it's nothing. To me, I think it's a bit, it's not a contention at all. Yeah? So this is the law operation, X774, you can look it up. Yeah? And it's very easy to understand. Yeah? We don't use very, what do you call that, legal words to it, but it should be understood by everybody. Yeah? So thank you very much.
Yes, big applause for Mr. Muhammad Faisal Abdullah. Thank you very much. And the next presentation is delivered by the President of Hong Kong Radiographer Association, Mr. Edward Wong.
Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the President Perry inviting me to give this presentation in the 5th SEARC. So my topic is already radiological technologists practice in Hong Kong, past, current, and future. Yes, I will give you an overview of the training in Hong Kong and some past and current environment. And if I have time, then we will look into the future. So before 1980s, we will have a hospital-based training because we do not have an educational institute. And all the training will like a mentorship approach, and we study and work in hospital. This is the professor, which is the radiology leader at that time, and he develops the classification of NPC, and he is our trainer at the time for the training in the hospitals. And after that, starting from 1981, we have the first graduate from Hong Kong Polytechnic University. I must say that we have a well-developed curriculum and it's above international standard. And then in 2014 onwards, we have another college which provides training for therapists. So I will talk about the Polytechnic University, which start with 3-year professional diploma, but afterwards changed to a Bachelor of Science 4-year degree program. And we train up both diagnostic and radiotherapists. Total 120 intakes currently. And the program, year 1 is a common program which both the RT and diagnostic stream will learn together. But after the first year, they will select the stream, okay? And we have more than 1,200 of clinical placement in the hospital during the education, 4 years education. The final year project will be a study with a thesis. They will gain a specialty in either CT, MR, ultrasound, or others. And we will have a viva exam. That means we will have an external examiner to ask you questions before you can pass. For the Tung Wah College, this is a private college, trained up to 15 therapists per year. This college will fill up our gap because we have made so many diagnoses. We develop. We know a lot of patients need cancer treatment, but we do not have enough manpower. So we have to, this college will fill up the gap to train more radiotherapists. And some prediction, you can see here, Hong Kong is the region with higher life expectancy, meaning longer life, even than Japan. You can see in 2014, our male is 81. I can show you here. And female is 86, okay, over there, 86. So, even in 2064, our prediction will be even 87 and 92. So we need more and more beds, and you see, aged population need more examination. So our government plan to have more than 5,000 beds in 10 years. And we have a manpower planning every 3 years to suggest our training, how many undergrad we need to recruit. So this is the program book. And you can see here, we may have a surplus or shortage if the environment change according to the plan. And the radiographer licensing in Hong Kong is given by the Radiographers Board, which is a government body. And usually, we can register all our graduates if the graduates are from other countries like UK, Canada, and all the Eastern, Western countries. Then they have to fulfill some criteria and practicing standard. Okay. You can see here why they are all the Western countries, because before 1997, Hong Kong is under the British governance. So the legislation, the regulation, still the old one. And after the Part 2 registration, after fulfilling some on-job training, they can register Part 1 within 2 years. Current workforce, Hong Kong population is just 7 billion, not a very large population. And we have licensed around 2,000 diagnostic radiographers and 200 therapeutic radiographers. And the ratio, I think, is around 300 technologists per million population. Okay. So you can compare this with your country or region. Our CPD is still voluntary based, and we need 15 CPD per year. So, like attending this conference, one day is 5 CPD, and if 1 hour is 1 CPD. And because most of the hospital in Hong Kong is hospital authority, which is a public hospital, they have their own commission training, and other training is given by us and other radiographer associations in Hong Kong. We play a role in that case. We have 3 associations like Hong Kong College of Radiographer and Radiation Therapists, Hong Kong RA and Hong Kong ART. And for academic pathways, we have college, we have Polytechnic University. They provide master, PhD program. Okay, when you are working in the hospital, you may have advancement in academic, and you will have other forms of title like sonographers, consultants, general radiographer, consultants, tech administrator, CT MRI specialist. So you can go to different areas, exploring different areas. Okay, I think I do not have time to go through this, but I like to emphasize that our education needs to cope with these new trends. So because for those of us who are responsible for radiography curriculum, we must always consider whether our program outcomes and graduate attributes are appropriate, whether our graduates are fit for purpose. Okay. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to invite you all to our next conference in Hong Kong, which is the HKRTC 219, June 15 to 16. So you can do a lot of academic exercise, and also shopping, eating, and knowledge exchange. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edward Kong. Yes. The next president of Singapore Society of Radiographers, Mr. Chun Meng Chang. Give big applause for him.
Hi, good morning. Selamat pagi. I'm Chun Meng, I'm from Singapore. So while the slides come on, I'll just do a brief introduction about myself. I'm Chun Ming. I'm the president of the Singapore Society of Radiographers, and I'm a principal radiographer at Tan Tock Seng Hospital, Singapore. So my hospital is located in central Singapore, and we are a trauma center and a national infectious disease center. And I think I need to introduce myself a little bit more. So the Singapore Society of Radiographers celebrates 60 years this year. We were established and constituted in 1968, and this year we celebrate our 60 years anniversary. Our guest of honor is the President of Singapore, Her Excellency Madam Halimah Yacob. So we are looking forward to this event, and it's happening actually in 2 weeks' time. So I am actually working frantically from here every day. And what else can I talk about? Okay, so there are about 1,700 radiographers in Singapore and 170 radiation therapists in Singapore. We have recently, just 2 years ago, been state registered with the Ministry of Health. So all radiographers in Singapore actually need to be registered with the Allied Health Professionals Council, and it is quite costly. Quite a number of people are complaining. So our registration fee was $200 for the first registration and $140 per year of renewal. So the first payment that we had to make was about 500 Singapore dollars, and that will give us a practicing cert for about 2 years. And my slides will be ready in a little while. Yep. So we are due for our first license renewal this year. Again, this is happening in 2 months' time, and radiographers again are feeling the pinch because we will be receiving, we will have to pay for another 2 years. So there is a payment of $300, and it is not the nicest thing to do, and many people are actually complaining. But the nice thing is that most of the public institutions will reimburse this licensure fees for us. And here goes. All right. So so today I'm going to talk a little bit about the education and the education licensure and practice in Singapore. So we will see what we have. Okay, so this is a map of Southeast Asia, and actually most of it is Indonesia. And and so we are actually this small little country over here. I just did a quick check. We are about 7 times smaller than Bali. So Singapore is only 700 kilometers square, but we have a population of 5 million. So we are a bit bigger than, in terms of population, than Bali. Bali is standing at about 6.2 million. So this is Singapore, our famous Merlion. Okay, and our very famous skyline. So Singapore in a macro look, we have quite a number of years from independence, about 700 kilometers square, 5.5 million population, multi-ethnicity. Singapore's first business language is actually English, but our national language is actually Bahasa Melayu. And we have no natural resources. We are ranked 6th in the world's GDP per capita. Well, we like to claim that we have the best airport in the world. I think Hong Kong may not be very happy about that. We are the top oil rig builders in the world, and we are also the oil trade and refinery center for Asia. Second busiest port internationally, and second best health outcome in the world actually. And this is something that we have recently reclaimed, best airline in the world. So So as you can see, Singapore's business is our people. We actually invest heavily in our people and the healthcare of our people. So, so the healthcare system actually has to take care of our people. And so healthcare and radiography in Singapore, this is again a micro look. Public institutions are wholly owned by the governments of Singapore. We operate as private companies, though this is a bit strange. So most of our hospitals have got chief executives and board of directors. There are 18 public clinics, 8 restructured hospitals, and 8 national specialist centers. So this is a look at how we take care of the 5 million people. So quite a number of national centers, restructured hospitals around the whole of Singapore, and quite some new additions up here. Okay, and we have Sengkang Hospital that hasn't even showed up in this map. And we are divided into 3 healthcare clusters, the West, Central, and East cluster. So I am working in the Central cluster. That's my hospital, Tan Tock Seng Hospital. And again, we have 10 public, we have 10 privately owned hospitals, so these are private hospitals and private specialist centers and a wide network of general practitioners. So the regional health systems in Singapore actually works to integrate healthcare, so from acute to step-down care to community health and vice versa. So we actually move our patients up and down this, the continuum of health like that. And we try our best to right-side our patients so that we do not spend too much of money and effort for a situation that does not require tertiary medical care. And we also have involvement from the voluntary organizations as well. And also the public health care in Singapore is also supported by private practitioners, which is very interesting. So we do subsidize a little bit of healthcare with the private practitioners. We have a research facility in the A-Star NUS, which is a national research facility, and this is another look at health systems and radiography in Singapore. This is a little bit of background, very similar to what Encik Faisal just talked about just now. The first group of Singaporean radiographers were trained in the UK in the 1950s. So the first CT head scanner was installed in my hospital in '76, and NUH became the first government hospital to be restructured. We have had SARS in 2003, and yeah, this is the interesting thing that happened for us. The Allied Health Professionals Bill was read in Parliament in 2010, and 2011 the Allied Health Professionals Act was passed. So the Singapore Society of Radiographers were actually heavily involved with the state registration process. So Cheng Wee is our rep in the Allied Health Professionals Council when it was ramping up. So the first state registration for radiographers happened in 2016, and SEARC was first hosted, okay, and the Singapore Institute of Technology commenced our first bachelor's program also. So this year is our 60th anniversary. This is our dinner poster, and well, another macro look at Singapore in terms of healthcare and radiography and radiation therapy. There are about 1,800 diagnostic radiographers and about 170 RTs. Most are locally trained, and we have foreign trained radiographers from Australia, Hong Kong, India, Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, and the UK. And our radiography services are comprehensive. We have almost everything that you can think of. And for our RTs, okay, we have these services also. So we have proton therapy. It's akan datang, coming soon. I hear it's 2020. Yeah, so that's an exciting development for us. So we have a national PACS system that is supported by our rather robust internet infrastructure and radiography education in Singapore. So what is quite different throughout the region is that for Singapore, diagnostic and therapeutic radiography are separate. And we have a British-style education system which is common through the Commonwealth countries. So we spend about 40% of our curriculum time in hospitals, which is not exactly the same throughout the entire region and the world. And we are not as basic science heavy as our friends in maybe Japan and Taiwan. And we built our own radiography bachelor program, which was first run in 2016. It's a direct bachelor's program offered at the SIT. The program is locally built by the industry leaders from Singapore. So we actually had quite a number of industry leaders get together to define what exactly we want our graduates to be able to do. So it was extensive engagement, lots and lots of hours were put in, and the Singapore Society of Radiographers, together with department heads from all institutions, public and private, we got together and we started with guiding questions like the graduate should be able to perform blah 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 independently. So these are now increasingly we are evolving these into EPAs and trustable professional activities, but that again is a work in progress. So the program in Singapore, we understand, is quite luxurious. So we actually have a state-funded clinical training. So hospitals get paid for taking students per day. So we are paid quite well, okay, but that is because the government recognizes that effort and manpower needs to be put in to properly train our radiographers to be clinical teachers, and also faculty development, and I think more importantly, we need warm bodies to do the work. People need to teach. So we need to pay people and hire people just to do teaching in the hospitals. So this is something that in Singapore we have done. We are quite proud of it, and I think it's a system that works quite well. So in Singapore we have, because the university has just started, postgraduate programs are only available internationally. Okay, and well, most of our postgraduates actually have to travel to overseas, UK, Australia, Ireland and Canada. So, regulation in Singapore, we will talk about this very, very briefly. We are governed by the Allied Health Professionals Council. I talked about that just now. Radiographers have to satisfy quite a number of requirements. Alright, so, well, I think lots of people internationally are wondering why, how certain things work in Singapore. So, in Singapore, I think the most important thing is there must be a job offer first before an individual can approach the Allied Health Professionals Council for registration. So it's the other way around. Most countries in the world will require you to get registered before getting a job. So it's reversed in Singapore. English proficiency and English proficiency needs to be taken for our for people who are trained not in English, and there has to be a satisfactory supervised practice before any individual can practice, and this is the Allied Health Professionals Council website. If anyone is interested, you can take a look. There's a QR code over there also. And well, we will skip this because we have no time. So this is actually a very nice photo that I've taken a few days ago. It took a very grueling 3 hours ride, and this place is I can't remember what it's called. Lempuyang, what's that? Tapo. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Chang. And the next president of Taiwan Association of Medical Radiation Technologists, Mr. Chia Si Xiao.
Good morning, everybody. I'm come from Taiwan. I'm Taiwan Association Medical Radiation Technology President. My association have 6,300 members. So today I want to talk about the current state of the education and the licensing system, the medical radio technology in Taiwan. So the development of professional training in Taiwan, the training the earliest from the 1945 to the 1964 is only in the National Taiwan University Hospital, because at that time no school to educate everybody. So have the junior college education from the 1964 and the college education from the 1990. And the graduate school have the master or doctor degree from the 1998. And in February 2000, the medical technologist law was enhanced. The name of exam was amend the medical radiation technology exam in the same year. The regulation and the national exam will be ability with the promote the RT with the protection and the right by law. So the working procedure, the graded from the medical image or the radiological science school, passing the national exam of the MRT, and the attending of the certification of the MRT. Then join the local association of the MRT, and then continue the education, the credits. In Taiwan, we have the 10 school for the training school, the MRT. The early is from the 1964. And then the same next year in the 1968. 1996, and around this year only have the 2 schools. So now we have the 10 schools in the Taiwan. It's diffused the Taipei, Taichung, and the Kaohsiung, even the Hualien, the East. So we have the 4-year coverage, the education of medical imaging, radiological science, the multi-party domain, engineering, precision, chemistry, mathematics, computer information, and the radiation safety, biological image, and the clinical medical application. The first year is basic education and the general education. The second year, basic education and the radiological technology. The third year is the professional core of the radiological technology. And the fourth year, the clinical internship practice. Minimum credit of the clinical practice. Minimum credit have the 128 credits should be in the first one is the clinical subject have the 46 credit. Basic subject have 12 credit. At least 26 weeks clinical practice. The general subject about 30 credits. The clinical practice 26 weeks at least should be included. Medical imaging technology, including the MRI ultrasound, should be the 12 week. Radiation therapy technology 4 week. Nuclear medicine 4 week. Remaining week are arranged according to the hospital facility or student needs. So education, examination, and the training consistent system. So the MRT into the school, clinical practice, and the examine and the training hospital. So employee the department. So Taiwan medical radiologist practice document. First one is pass the MRT examination and obtain the certificate. Then the MRT license issued by the Health and the Welfare Department. Then local military party for practice register and obtain the practice license. The professional scope of the MR in Taiwan. The Article 12 of the Medical Radiation Act. General radiography diagnostic, nuclear medicine in vivo examination, special radiographer for radio diagnostic, and radiation therapy, nuclear medicine diagnostic in vivo, and the nuclear medicine therapy. Then is the MR non-ionic radiation diagnostic. So business scope for overall. And the postgraduate year PGY program. In Taiwan, we have the PGY program. It's in order to encourage the teacher hospital to provide the training field and the teaching resource, improve the quality, teaching staff, and the teaching activity, and enable new medical personnel entries clinical service continue receive the necessary medical training to achieve the goal of improvement the medical quality and insurance the patient safety. In Taiwan, the Ministry of Health of the Welfare formulated regulation and partly subsidized the training hospital. The new MRT staff can receive a two-year training course within the 4 years since the issue date by license. Training hospital quality improvement plan based on the school medical education. Medical education in college and the university to the training quiz medical personnel and prepare for the personal training after the graduation, focusing on the quality education. Focus on the postgraduate medical education. Postgraduate medical education, a standardized professional training and independent medical participability under the guidance of the experts. The extend through the continuing education, integrated the education and the training with lifelong professional skill to learn the new therapy, new knowledge, new technologies, and the new method of the maintain professional medical skill, and from the complete continuity of the model of the medical education. So, expectation, the patient-centered care, cost disciplinarity of the medical teamwork, the professional particle based on empirical medicine, medical quality promotion, information education utilization. So the training hospital quality improvement plan, we have the PDCA strategy. The plan is the training plan and aim. 2, the training activity and the training review. Check the performance, evaluation, and the feedback. action, so result analysis and revision. So best course for the PGY program. The best course, we needed the 24 hours. The training subject, including the radiation protection and the radiation safety, medical radiation regulation, infection control and the garbage classification, professional skills and the medical quality, injection, contrast agent operation procedure, 6. The diagnostic image storage system, image possession and the quality analysis, the security inspection process, the doctor relationship and the communication skill, the BSL and the ASL, and the 11 is the patient safety. So the time is each item must be at least 2 hours, and the total number of the hours must not less than 25 hours. So you can apply from the attend courses organization by the institution, outside of the institution. The clinical course of PGY program, the hiring department, depend the hiring department. If the hiring department is the radio diagnostic, so the step 1, the radio diagnostic department have the 23 months, and step 2, the radio surgery, 1 week, and step 3, the nuclear medicine is 1 week, and step 3, the ultrasound is 2 weeks. If the hiring system is the hiring system, the radio surgery, like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And the other department, each department arrange the 24 months. Another one is 2 weeks, and 1 week, and 1 week. So feature development, high-end cost disciplinary of the medical instrument for PET-MR, develop the proton therapy, the heavy ion radiotherapy, develop the high-end image inspection information and the quantitative analysis. So increased need of the high-end imaging modality in Taiwan, growing in the highest level in the history in the 2017. Future development of MRT in Taiwan, focus on the medical image and the radiation exposure quality assurance, the continued improvement of the ultrasound bone density and the dental exposure equipment, a continued improvement of the medical image back-end position, quantitative analysis and the storage of the molecular medical image, continue the medical radiation related business management, procurement and the radiation safety and the crisis management. So the 3 is professional knowledge quality improvement.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Time is out. Yes.
So any conclusion is we hope can promote the professional MRT by specialization for each discipline of the MRT, and encourage of the clinical MRT participants the education, study, and the question talent, and the training the skill and the knowledge of the patient care. So this is the last one. And thank you, your listen, and welcome the all parties attend our forum. Next year, This year, next month, November 3, our formal is in the Taichung Veterans General Hospital. Hope everybody can join us. Thank you everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Chao. Yes, the next is the President of Thai Society of Radiological Technologists, Mr. Sola Ubochai. And it's yours. Yes, please give big applause.
Thank you very much. Good morning, friends, chief friends, all technologists and radiographer from all the country almost. And so thank you for the Indonesia friend. Thank you very much. Let's start first. Okay, I have something to introduce first. Also, for me, the first time in Bali and also Indonesia. And so thank you very much for Suyato. Thank you very much. Just a little introduce to welcome to Thailand next year. Thank you very much. When you have a child, not sound. Okay. You can see the picture that we introduce in Thailand for the next year. You can see we have to everything you can enjoy to Thailand. You can play all that near the Bangkok and something and for around the country. Today, our President TSRT. Okay, I like to speak to short speak. Where is the Thailand? I think everybody now know this Thailand. Thailand is we have the areas you see we have a religion. It's a Buddhism. So I would like to say now we have the academic for the education, for the RT education. We have the 11 university. Also, for the first, we have started 1965, the Mahidol University, and the last we have Nawamin University. They have the last. The area we have first we have in Bangkok. The second and third we have the middle pass in the among Chiang Mai and Bangkok, Naresuan University. And for the northeast we have Khon Kaen University, and the south pass we have the Hat Yai University, and we have Songkhla University. Also, the radio technology RT we have from the 2-year certificate program from the England and USA, and now we choose only 4-year curriculum. Also, we have a Bachelor of Science program for the Thai version. We have a 4-year almost. So we have for the master, we have 3 together. We have a radiation technology and medical physics and radiation science and medical imaging. We have the 5 universities together. And also for the PhD, we have up to now we have the medical physics, biomedical engineering, radiobiology, biophysics, and nuclear technology, and nuclear engineering, and computer science and basic science also. We have applied. For the radio in Thailand, about the number of radiology equipment and number of radiology personnel, and number of radiology hospital center. For the diagnostic, now we cannot count almost, but we have around 13 modality about the number of equipment, and about the number of personnel for the diagnosis we have 1,700, something like that, but not count to now. Now we try collect. But for the therapy, for the oncology, now we know therapy center, we have 36. In Bangkok, 17. In province, we have 19. For the personnel, we have 288. And oncologists, we have 129. For the medical visit, we have 130. About the equipment, we have the cobalt 9, Linux 78, and HPI IDOS, we have 31. For the nuclear medicine, we have a nuclear medicine center. We have 22 in Bangkok, 14, and province 8. The personnel, we have, for the technologies, we have 93. And also nuclear medicine clinician, we have 60. And nuclear medical physicists, we have 20. For the equipment, tests, we have 6. Spec, we have 40. Those calibration, we have 38. And thyroid test, we have 19. For the service in Thailand, we are trained under the Royal College of Radiologists. We have for the radiological technologists are licensed under the Ministry of Public Health. Also, for RT in Thailand, we have the field for the radiological technologists to practice. We have 3 together: diagnostics, radiation oncology, nuclear medicine. For the now, it's a number of we have work for the government sector. We have around 2,178 persons, include the university hospital, military hospital, Department of Medicine. Also, we need more. We have the private, around 113 private hospitals. We have the personnel work, 104,000.
1 minute left.
Thank you very much. So, now we have the RT around 4,658 license. Also, we have the advanced license also, we have a seat. And now we set the cooperative research together. And for try to set the RT-PhD program also. We hope the future we can benchmark together and cooperate to cooperate together for the RC together. So, it's me as also, it's for the next year in Thai, welcome all friends together to join again. I think that this room to crowded people will hope to join in Bangkok next year.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Salah Ubonchai. Yes. And the next present by President of Myanmar Society of Medical Radiation Technologies, Mr. Mangchit. You have 10 minutes to present.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to thank President Subianto and his executive committee members for inviting me to be here at the gracious and great events in Indonesia. Today my topic is the radiography education system and licensing in Myanmar. I think everybody will know where is Myanmar. But some people said, where is Myanmar? Myanmar is in Africa or America? No, Myanmar is in the Asian country. This is the map of the Myanmar. This is the Myanmar flag and the sea. The destination. Myanmar is a country in Southeast Asia, bordering the Andaman Sea and the Bay of Bengal south. It is bordered in north and northeast by China and east by Laos and Thailand, in west by Bangladesh and the Indian state of Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. The country is also known as Burma, and we call the Golden Land. Population is the 53 million. The Republic of the Union of Myanmar, shortened to Myanmar, is a sovereign state in Southeast Asia. Myanmar is the 24th most populous country in the world and the 40th largest country by area, and with a 2080 estimated population, 53.86 million. Climate is tropical monsoon, cloudy, raining, hot, humid summer. Southwest monsoon, June to September, less cloudy. Scent, rainfall, mild temperature, low humidity during winter, and northeast monsoon, December to April. This is the state. We have 7 states and then 7 divisions. Now this is my contact of the presentation, introduction, background of the Radiography Education Institute of Paramedical Science, University of Medical Technology, Assistant Technician Training, Licensing and Registration System, and then conclusion, reference. Introduction. Diagnostic radiology in Myanmar commenced about 1935, when medical officers started work in some hospitals. The history is very recorded. During the World War II, Dr. Seagrave, a missionary doctor, practiced radiology in Namkham in Shan State. An Indian doctor started radiology work in Yangon Hospital during the war period. This is the former Department of Radiology, now occupied by the Nuclear Medicine Department. X-ray personnel. Before 1958, X-ray machines were operated by technicians. The term technician and radiographers are often confused in radiological work. In Myanmar, a radiographer, or now we call imaging technologists, or whatever it may be, and the technician are not the same. A radiographer, imaging technologist is a person who has successfully completed a recognized training course. They are graduating from the Institute of Paramedical Science or University of Medical Technologies. And a person who has many years experience in radiography without completing a recognized training course is called a technician. Background of the radiography education and training. The first radiography training course was started in 1961 at the Department of Radiology, Yangon General Hospital. The course period is 2 years. The eligible for course is the minimum intermediate of science passed with math, physics, chemistry or physics, chemistry, biology. Ex-student graduated from that course. This is the first batch. Can you see where I am? At the back row, the beautiful, handsome young boy is there. Not the beautiful, lofty one. This is one. The Institute of Paramedical Science. In 1964, the Institute of Paramedical Science was opened in Yangon General Hospital. The institute is affiliated to the Institute of Medicine 1. The radiography course was 2 years. Diploma in Paramedical Science, DPMS, was conferred. The syllabus is the same as that for MS, later referred to DSR in London. The initial operation of the IPMS is the Colombo advisor from Britain. Paramedical Institute. This was part of an international technical assistance program and was available until 1986. But since 1966, it has been set up self-supporting and operated entirely by Myanmar nationals. IPMS produced 103 radiographers during 1964 and 1991. The Ministry of Health upgraded the diploma course to degree course. This is the former Institute of Paramedical Science. This building was donated by the American aid. IBM radiography student with teachers This is the old photo, sorry for that. Rich degree course.
1 minute left.
IBM offer BSc radiography bridge course for the in-service radiographer who obtained the diploma, and 32 students successfully completed the bridge course. Education project. To implement health promotion and education project laid down by the Ministry of Sports, more proficient medical technologists are in great demand, and so the educational standard of medical technology in Myanmar has to be promoted. To fulfill this requirement, the institute was upgraded to the level of degree, conferring institute in 1991, and then the Institute of Paramedical Science mandate came into existence in 2000. BSc regular degree course. Admission, high school graduate in 1994. Course is 4 years. Selection criteria is based on the marks they obtained in matriculation examination. 22 students successfully completed and graduated in 2000. In April 2001, IPFS was moved to Aung San Suu Township. Later, the institute upgraded to university level. The two universities run under the same curriculum. Outcome-based integrated curriculum design is implemented. We also use a conveyor system. We usually revise the curriculum 2 yearly. Registration system. The vendor who imported the radioactive source and radiation apparatus must register at the Department of Atomic Energy, and then after installation, the radiation protection officer visited the site and performed the radiological protection survey. Then they issue their license for that particular machine. According to the DAE data, total number of X-ray machines are 1,087 and dental X-ray machines are 44 in the year 2015 to 2016. There is the licensing system for radiation technologies. The Council law for Myanmar medical radiation technologies has been drawn by MSMRT, and it is needed to be approved by the Parliament. In the meantime, the Myanmar Medical Council has been arranged to issue the licenses for technologies. We have 3 categories. License A, that is for the medical radiation technologies. License B, technician grade 1, and license C, technician grade 2. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kim Mountain. Yes, thank you. And the next, delivered by President of Vietnam Association of Radiologic Technologies, Mr. Tai Van Long.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much in the Paris Society, Indonesian Society. The first time I came in Paris, last night I saw very nice opening ceremony. Very good. Thank you so much. And everybody, bravo for Indonesian Society. I have a short time. I don't like speak a long time. I speak a short time. The first, I introduce Vietnam Society because we are very young. If you compare with in Asian country or Asia country, Vietnam Society very young. After that, I introduce the license system and a little bit education. I'm President Ho Chi Minh City Society, but from this year, I'm President, also President Vietnam Society. Vietnam, we have 95 million population. Okay, we founded in 1913, and we have a north, medium, and south. You hear Hanoi, medium in Huế, and Vietnam, Saigon, old name is Saigon. The first we become founded in 1913. After 1911, after that, we founded in North Hanoi Society in 2013. After that, we work together. We work together in 2013, and we become the ISRC member 2013. If we have a population, if we compare the population, Indonesia have to 500 million population, correct? Yes. We sorry, I missed that. We have 4,000 members, not 1,000. English is second language. But I'm difficult for in Vietnam. 90% RT member cannot speak English. Now in young member, young RT member okay better. Salary income in $300. Maybe now better. Grow up economic grow up now. Maybe now in $400 per month. Certificates. If we compare with Asia country, all Asia country, and I think we have a special system. I'm really telling everybody we still in communist country, and after and then certificates 1 year you have a 1 year experience clinical system you can get and certificates because safety radiation you can get license most from MOS. My society cannot support for my member get license when they working. Education we have now we have three university in Vietnam for training for RT. But most public hospital, public university, why we don't have a private university? Because maybe not profit. They don't want to open a university for RT, for a private university. I think in near future, they can open a private university for IT like a volunteer. Okay. How many minutes? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
So fast. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Thai Van Luc. And the next.